Well, here we go. Hopefully this goes all good. I don't know what the hell I'm getting myself into, but it looked like there's a lot of snow up top there. Guess we'll see. Right there in front of me is an ice bridge. There's water running under there. I got that one little snow section down here that is, it's pretty steep. I kind of, it keeps going over in my head. I debated coming up it and went ahead with it, but I got to get down off of that. And this is why I said I was a little bit sketched. We made it coming up, but we got to make sure these poles are in, feet are sideways digging in, because it is steep. All right, so just pulled over, lost a little water weight, back on the road, and we're about halfway up the hill. Go do some photography tonight. Well, maybe a little tonight, but mostly it's going to be early morning. The strawberry moon, and drive like another hour or so, something like that, and take a day trip and climb Mount Lola. I'll hike up there.
Later.
All right, well, we made it. We're on the side of the Forest Service Road. Got a nice open sky to the east, but it got dark on us quick. It's 9 o'clock. And yeah, I'm just gonna get ready for the evening, get my bed made up, have a couple snacks, get my camera gear ready, and wait for the moon to come up, see if we can get some shots. Good morning, folks. Oh, still wiping the sleepy out my eyes. It's a little bit brisk this morning. Not terribly bad, but enough to have a little jacket on, throw the stocking cap on, keep the ears warm. But yeah, last night wasn't too terribly bad. We got a few good shots of the moon, I think. It was really bright. I'm super stoked for the blackout curtains in the van and blocking out those back windows, because it was intense, to say the least. But this is where we ended up, just pulling off the side of the road here on this forestry road. Just getting ready to have the sun come up. It's about 5:45. But yeah, I can't complain. What a great view. And there's a little meadow down in there. Good stuff. Next, coffee, for sure. We're hitting up some coffee right now. No fancy breakfast this morning either, since we're on the go. We've got oats and honey granola and a Wake and Focus Jimmy protein bar, sea salt caramel cookies and cream. Breakfast of champions. Oh, disaster stricken. I mean, why? Oh, first thing in the morning, just not paying attention. I almost dropped the pot and smashed my collapsible coffee dripper. So now I have to clean all this up. And I got a half a cup of coffee. It's better than nothing. All right. The day will get better. It will get better. Well, got all that fiasco cleaned up. Got my 2 creamers there. Coffee's poured and ready, looking good. We're gonna get these over in our trash bag. Start getting some of this Joe in us, and then we're gonna head out to the trailhead for Mount Lola. Go see if we can't get into some escapades today. I think it's about an hour from here, maybe an hour and 10 minutes or so from this spot. So yeah, we're gonna chug on this coffee as we cruise along the way, and we'll catch you at the trailhead, folks. Heading out just as the sun comes up. It just crested the hill right here. Get some more of this coffee. Ooh, the mosquitoes. Oh my gosh. Oh, speaking of which, you guys, last night was crazy. I don't know if that's gonna show up. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Look at those. It was a bloody massacre in here last night. I had the windows cracked just a tiny bit when we first pulled up, and they started swarming. And yep. Oh, they're coming back now that the sun's coming up. We're out of here. Alright, we just hit the Sierraville gas station. Pumping some gas real quick. It had about a half tank, but might as well fill up. We're passing by, and I need to use the restroom. Alright, folks, we made it. That was a little bit of a bumpy ride getting in here. Took a little time, but we did it. We're at the trailhead. Now to switch into some more comfortable hiking clothes. Shorts preferably, because it is going to get warm really quick. Alright, we're ready to go. Got our hiking clothes on. Fancy shorts. Alright, y'all. As you can see, I got a new mount for the GoPro. Get some different angle footage hopefully here. Turns out alright. It's just a GoPro like clip with a swivel. This thing spins 360, and it's got a magnet on the back so I could stick it on stuff or clip it on stuff. Just doing the things with the stuff, you know what I mean? But Alright, we're getting ready to head out. Here is the beginning of the trailhead. As you saw, we got Minnie the van back behind me, and there we go. Mount Lola Trail 14E08. And as always, yes, we pack it in, we always pack it out. Oh, and believe it or not, I remembered to set the timer on the watch. So it's clocking calories, mileage, elevation, the whole 9 yards. It's on the track me setting, so just another means to have some navigation back just for whatever. Again, I downloaded a map that I drew out on Avenza onto Gaia, exported it to Gaia, so I've got that offline map. And with the track me, if for whatever reason things got a little bit dicey and I got off track, disoriented or whatnot, I can hit navigate back and it'll take me all the way back to the van. All right, let's keep trucking up this trail. Well, we're a couple miles in. Thought I'd stop to get a drink of water. We just got next to a cold creek here. So I definitely am not going to need to worry about water. I brought 2 liters as always. And I got my little, I think it's a 1 liter collapsible bottle Sawyer filter. We can filter more water if we need. But it looks like the trail crosses right here, and as you can see, it's rushing. But I also thought I'd just take a moment, and say hello to everybody. Hi. Hope everybody's doing well. This meandering is going great so far today. Love doing this stuff. As I've said in previous videos, you know, I obviously take pictures, photograph, video, document my journeys. Just started the YouTube journey. Man, I wish I would have did this a long time ago. So it's kind of a lesson to everybody. Don't hesitate. If you want to do something, if you've got it in your heart, in your mind, just start. You got to start. I know these videos haven't been all that great, you know, to begin with, but we're learning. It's part of the curve. You got to start somewhere. You just got to get up, get on your feet, start moving. But anyhow, I also wanted to say, you know, if there's a good handful of you that have been staying steady watching these. I see, you know, roughly about 20, 25, 30 of you folks that have been watching. I hope you're enjoying the scenery. Hope I'm doing a fair job at explaining what I'm getting myself into, taking you all along with me. But if y'all would go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Doesn't take but a couple seconds, doesn't cost nothing. Lets me know that you're interested. And you know, let's just make a little goal of it. Get me to 25 subscribers and we'll do a live Q&A. Give you a backstory, what finally pushed me off to going ahead and starting the YouTube journey and chatting with all you folks. And it's not a lot to ask. 25. I'm not here to get big. If it happens, it happens. That's cool. We're just going with the flow, doing what we do, and yeah, let's get to 25. We'll do a live Q&A. Sound good? Hopefully we can get there. Appreciate you all. Alright, well, we finally made it to a spot about 20 yards, 30 yards up this creek upstream. Got this down tree. That'll get us across. Everywhere else I was like, rocks are slippery and it's moving, and actually it's probably about 2 to 3 feet deep in a lot of spots, but we got the log. Let's get up here and get across. Back on trail. Whew. Piece of cake. Little diversion. Well, there's the first snow patch. Wonder how many of these will come across. That is a big pile of bear juice. Either that, or he had a really bad night at the buffet. It's a few days old. I mean, it's cold and slightly firmed up. We're about 3.5 miles in. Stopped and plugged a little more water. Enjoyed the scenery for a minute and just slugging through the snow. It's luckily it's firm. Cold enough last night, everything firmed back up, so I walked right on top of it. No post holing. It is like 4 feet deep still in these spots, and had a good 1/4 mile of a field there to go through. So it slowed me down just a little bit. That's all right though. We're making amazing time. Sliding in the mud now. Finally just got off that snow drift. But yeah, shouldn't be too much longer till we get to the top. I think we're about 3/4 of the way there. I'll have to check Guy again right now and just make sure I'm still on pace. Looks like the trail. Yep, old Gaia says we're good to go. Except now we got another big snow field to go through. That's all right. Here we go. Woo! Slippy. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but right there in front of me is an ice bridge. There's water running under there. If I would have stepped out there and that didn't hold, that would have been really bad news. Got to keep your wits about you and listen for stuff and look for signs. If you notice it's indented there a bit, a little concave, and cruises up through there, and you got all this seepage off the hill. Got to be wary of that. That could get to be bad news real fast. All right. Well, the snow navigating is a little slow. I think I got about a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile. Right up there in front of us, I believe, is Lola's Knob. And Mount Lola, the peak, should be right up over yonder on the other side of that knob. We're gonna navigate our way up over there. Luckily the snow's firm and don't need snowshoes, but man, this would have been an epic spot to do a little skiing down or snowboard down. It's deep enough. Alright, let's get trekking. Well, y'all, there's Lola's Knob. It's just breathtaking up here. We're almost there. I'm not gonna go over that side because it gets super steep and it's all covered in snow. We were able to toe kick our way up this. You have to be really, really cautious going back down. Luckily it's not super steep like the sides, but yeah, I mean, there's some lakes down in here. Another one way out there. Messed around and forgot my sunglasses, so the snow's kind of being a booger, but it's not too bad. That's kind of the 360 here, and looky there, the trail pops right out of the snow, and there's the peak up there. And it's just some tree coverage here. And that's the 360 back to Lola's Knob. There's some pretty decent little cornice over there. You definitely don't want to end up standing on that thing. Luckily, we're going this way. I think we're okay. Oh, I think we made it, folks. There's a sign over there and some brick pillars. I'll have to check that out, see what that's all about. Yeah, let's get up there. There's another one right there. Holy smokes, everybody, this view. Oh my goodness, look at that. There's butterflies up here. Beautiful wildflowers. Yep. There we go. We did it. Mount Lola, 9,143 feet. Just stepped over here to check out this little rock circle outcropping for our windbreak that I got built up here with the column in the middle. And check it out. Somebody left a little collapsible dog dish up here, I guess, in case you gotta water your furry friends. And there's an ammo can up here and a coffee can. Let's see what's inside this. Pretty crazy. Totally random. Wasn't expecting that at all. Let's open this up. Well, we got some random ID cards. People have been up here. And the little coffee can. The lid had been chewed up a little bit by critters, but a little box. Just some random little notes, it looks like. Yep, just some random little notes. I'm gonna put that stuff back and let's see what's in this ammo can. Oh. Looks like we have a logbook. A few logbooks. I'm gonna kind of peek through while I sit down and drink some water and sign my name in there myself. Let everybody know that I was here. I'll tell them I brought all you all along with me too. Wait, what's that? That say? Says this box was placed on Mount Lola in loving memory of our furry friends who loved this trail and who we carry in our hearts. Zephyr, Lucy, Jack, Cato, Pond, Bailiff, Angus. Wow, there's a lot. I might have to scribble the name of a couple of my good old pups that I've lost along this lifetime. Been quite a few. I've had dogs my entire life since I was like 5, so I'm not gonna write them all down, but maybe a couple. Good old Tyson and my golden retriever chow mix, Harlow. She was amazing dog. Both of them lived to be like 14 years old. Pretty cool. That was a great adventure with those guys. We had so much fun. All right, check out this logbook, sign up myself, and then get some grub in. I almost forgot. So 5.3 miles is what we ended up doing. A lot of stops, and I forgot to stop the timer, so that's a little bit off, but we burned 587 calories. Heart rate 79 on average. That's really good. I'm actually surprised at how few calories we burned, because coming up through that snow is, man, it's slow going and just sucks. And that one last little spot was steep. I really debated saying no, but I felt comfortable. Going down, it's going to be a little bit sketchy, but we'll be all right. It's like 20-30 yards. It's not really steep, but just got to make sure dig the hills in and go slow. All right, let's get back to eating some snacks. I'm starving. So apparently this trail continues on over the hillside here down the other side. Oh, you can kind of get a glimpse of it. Get up on these rocks. Down there in the distance is Independence Lake. And part of what I read in, I think it was online, it was a Truckee Donner history. At some point there were talks with Disney to make that down there one of the last amusement parks that they would have built. And if you can't hear me, I'll speak a little louder. Disney wanted to make a friggin' amusement park at Independence Lake down there. How ridiculous. Are you serious? This beautiful, pristine country and wilderness, and they wanted to put a stinking amusement park in. That's some pretty interesting history if you want to look up, as well as how Mount Lola got her name. Some woman, I might put a little plug in here about it if I could find it. I can't remember offhand. I've been told the story a couple of times years ago, but anyway, still absolutely crazy. And the wind is getting really bad, so yeah, I just thought I'd share that little tidbit of information and give you one last look down into where they wanted to make an amusement park. Whoa! If I don't get blown off the mountain. Had to get a shot walking back down off the top. This is awesome. There's Lola's Knob. Lakes in the distance. What an absolutely beautiful place. Just wanted to give a quick look at what I'm dealing with here. Coming down, this is why I said I was a little bit sketched. We made it coming up, but we got to make sure these poles are in, feet are sideways digging in, because it is steep. All right, we made it down that. I know it looks sketchy, but like I said earlier, I was debating it. If it wasn't so clear and warm and the snow was already soft and getting softer, I most definitely would have called it at this point and just hung out. Still good views here, but I would have just hung out here for a little bit and proceeded back. This is the worst of it. We're out of it now and just got to walk through the snow. No more crazy cliffs and ledges like off that way. No good. and off back that way, you can see no good. Gotta go straight down the middle and we're good. All right, let's get to trekking. So y'all remember that spot I stopped, and it's like I can hear water flowing under the ice, and kind of describe to you guys what to, you know, listen for and what to look for? We're back at that spot a couple hours later. Check it out. There's a punch hole just in that time from when we were here a couple hours ago till now. It's thawed. If we would have stepped on that, who knows? Who knows? That could have been a really, really, really bad day. Really bad day. All the way out here. Mylar balloons, man. I don't even know why they exist. We'll pick that thing up and pack it out of here. I'm just gonna stuff that where all the rest of the trash I keep is, where the hydration bladder goes. Oh, I'm glad I saw that, but wow, I'm seriously amazed. That thing being way the heck out here. All right, let's turn and burn. All right, everybody. You knew I couldn't leave you hanging. You knew I wasn't going to end this at the top. Most of the stuff that happens is on the way back down, getting down off the top of those stinking mountains. That little sketchy snow climb, getting down it, that was pretty fun. But yeah, made it back to Minnie. Oh, hang on here. Oh, me and that hand, I told you. Okay, let's get done around 11.06 mileage. 6 hours, 13 minutes. $1,275 calories burned. Heart rate averaged at 85 beats. That's fantastic. Grabbed the nice ice cold Enlightenment Yerba Mate. Yeah, that was a great one, folks. Thank you so much for coming along. Appreciate you all. Hope you had a great time. I know I did. Like I said earlier, 25 subscribers. Let's hit 25. We'll do a live Q&A. You guys can ask questions. Just don't be silly. Like, you know, keep it real. No goofiness. A little goofiness if it's called for. But, you know, like I said, thank you all. Appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying these adventures, and I know you're still wondering the big epic adventure, the plans. I will inform you as soon as everything is rock solid. I don't want to get a big ol' alert out there and everybody excited and then be like, yeah, it didn't pan out. But chances are it's going to. 95% chance it's gonna happen. Probably 99% chance, actually. It'd have to be a weird fluke. But anyway, folks, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you. Subscribe, like, share, all that funny stuff that they ask you to ask if you do YouTube channels. It's just part of the deal, I guess. All right, everybody. Cheers. We'll see you later. Get out there and meander.